what is the advice to young men? Because you're like, okay, so young men who want a relationship. So you've already kind of conquered you're a young man. Don't focus on women. Go do your thing. Build your life. Create value.
Yeah.
That's value that one of two things will happen. Either women will want the value and you'll want to reciprocate and give it to them, or women will want the value and you won't fucking care because you'll have built your value for yourself and you'll have that value and you'll go do whatever the fuck you want.
Or women don't want to have anything to do with you, but you're successful and happy because you have a good group of friends and you've got money and you've got a career that you like and everything's going well.
Yeah, exactly. So,
but
what's the advice to like 23-year-old guy who wants a relationship right now?
Be a top 10%er when it comes to your body shape. Like you want to be a beautiful man when it comes to your body. Now, and if you have a weak chin, growing a beard, that's a man's makeup. If you're starting to thin a little bit, just shave it and get a tan on it so it gives you a nice healthy glow and you don't look like a weird skinhead when you got a white capper on your head. Hit the gym, because it's $50 a month. You can get a great gym. It keeps you healthy. So worst case scenario, your confidence.
It's not just $50 a month though. It's hours and hours a week that you have. Like, go do it. Like, I'm not. This is not a bad thing, but don't think that because you have a gym membership, you're like doing it right.
No, all I meant though is a lot of times guys say I can't afford to take women out, or I'm on a limited budget or whatever. You can go running for nothing. You can get on a good. People that say I can't eat healthy, eggs are healthy and they're cheap still. Rice.
There's 100,000 calisthenics YouTubers who will teach you how to do like no weights, no equipment or whatever. And you will get fucking shredded. Those guys are top 1% muscle structure guys. Like, you can do it. You just have to put in the work.
Yep. And if you have, even if your chest isn't really big, if you have wider shoulders, you work on your deltoids on the outside and you have a narrow waist, low body fat, that up inverted triangle it's literally in science that women go bananas for that. But if you hit the gym,
did you see when I showed shoulder bro the other day?
No, I must have missed that one.
It's the guy on Reddit who figured out the formula. All he does is work out shoulders.
Really?
His chest and his stomach are embarrassing,
but it doesn't need to be.
Yeah, because he says by the time women take his shirt off, it's too late.
It's too late.
They look disappointed, but it doesn't matter because they're invested anyway.
But the thing is, if he threw in 3 workouts of chest for 15 minutes a week, it would solve that. But
it wouldn't change his life at all. He's still
getting it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then when he took his shirt off, they'd still be happy. That's the difference. It wouldn't be a little catfishing. But
let's be honest, who cares? I'm joking.
But I'd say hit the gym, have a good diet, low body fat, and get some muscle. That'll get you in the game. Because women right now are shallow. They just want. I mean, Arnold Schwarzenegger is quite an ugly motherfucker. I mean, if you look at his face and the gap tooth and the with the big thick jaws. But he's built and he's a specimen. He had no problems getting ladies back in the day. So hit the gym, get in really good shape. That would be number 1. Be comfortable talking to strangers. Number 2. If you can,
you got to do that. You have to build the social skill.
Yep. And if you can do those 2 things, and number 3, stay off the dating apps and just meet people in the real world, either at coffee shops or. All right, let me get my glasses on so I can see this joint.
So he's
a very oddly shaped man.
Exactly. So he's got, but in a shirt. And so I was talking to Chrissy Mayer yesterday.
Yep. I did see part of that show.
And I said, what's the sexy outfit on a man? And she actually, this is amazing. She said, a nice black shirt that's fitted really nicely. It can be either collared or uncollared. So he's got a nice black shirt that's fitted directly to him. And she said, and a nice, pretty expensive pair of jeans. Yep. This is what women want to see. They don't need any fuckery. Like, this is a benefit for you guys. Because
his torso alone looks to be 5 feet long. I mean, he's probably quite a tall guy.
So here's the shape that he has. But when he takes his shirt off, he has no muscle definition in his chest. None of his arms are squirrely, and his stomach is an embarrassment. Like,
but
guys,
he might have been a super fat dude, and he's just got loose skin on his stomach. But yeah, exactly. He did it right. Like it now from this point forward, he's getting the women from the shoulders. Now he can work on the chest and the belly. But I think if a guy hits the gym, stays off the dating apps, meets women in the real world, gets into social events where you can make guy friends or women friends and be comfortable talking to people, you'll still date. Don't think she's going to love you forever. She's not yours. You know, it's just your turn.
She belongs to the streets.
She belongs to the streets. You know, but don't.
No, but you don't own anybody. You don't own anybody. You have to give them a reason to stick with you. Like,
right.
That's true forever.
But
and
I think a lot of guys kind of get into it and they're like, oh, I've got a girlfriend. I can relax. You never can relax. You've always got to be the best option for her, or women today will find a better option. You know, at least young women will.
And the reason this is true is because so will men.
Yeah.
Like if she lets herself go and she's sitting there fucking pounding down bonbons on the couch all day, she's not contributing to the household. She doesn't look good. She's not fucking you. She's not sucking your dick or whatever, even though she's a fat girl now and she's supposed to have good head game. She's not doing it. Like,
you're out.
Guys will and do with frequency go, I can find somebody who will appreciate the work I put in.
Right.
And if you think that way, guess what? Like, she does too.
Yep.
This is not a fucking mystery to anybody at all. Like, and it's not some like evil thing that women do. The thing to know is that none of this is evil. It's all biological. And there are reasons that at different times, the difference with men and women, I think mostly is the timeline. When are you of peak value? Women have this peak value when they're young women, right? 18 to 24. And then it goes like this. And then a lot of times it goes right around that, like,
that slippery slope turns into a cliff real quick.
Right. And like you were talking about earlier with Giselle, like there's this last window that they know that they're still hot, but they're not going to be forever. And unless, I mean, I know some women who have stayed attractive into their 60s and 70s, but first of all, they're 1%. Second of all, they probably had a lot of work done. Right. Like, very subtle work, but like, if the female's not willing to do that or whatever, she knows that she's going to drop off a cliff. So she has this last moment. Guys, as they get older, as they hit their 40s and 50s, they've hit stride in their careers. They've got savings. They've got a house. Like, they may have a significant other or whatever, but they're like, I can absorb the loss and I'll still bounce back. And they go, okay, I'll do that. I'll risk it. And the timelines are different, but the ideas and the concepts behind them are the same. The other person, or both people in a relationship, have to be working at the relationship. And if you're not working, then you're working against yourself.
Yeah. And the big takeaway for guys today is understand you're going to have to be a step or two above her, like on social value, on attractiveness, on everything. She does not want to and will not date down. You have to be a step or notch or two better. At least she needs to see you that way. But I think what's happening with a lot of young men today is they're saying, you know what? I enjoy my friends. I enjoy maybe gaming online. I enjoy doing other activities. I enjoy my work. There's a lot of things that guys can enjoy today. And when they see the amount of work that these dingbat women are requiring them to jump through to date them, a lot of guys are going, you know what, $2.99 for a bottle of Jergens lotion, 50 billion women on the internet for free. Fuck it, I'm out. And I think that, and it's not so much like I'm bitter or I'm angry, it's incel. It's nothing like that. It's just guys take a risk reward analysis or a time invested versus what I get out of it. And a lot of guys are just saying, it's not worth it. And they're tapping out. I still think they should hit the gym. I still think they should be comfortable in talking to other people because that'll help you in job interviews or getting promotions and things like and making friends. The being in shape and hitting a gym and being comfortable talking to other people, and that's a good forever for your life, whether you're
It's
single or
so
with somebody else.
it's so fucking critical. And the hardest thing, like from my experience, I had a great metabolism when I was younger. Like I could eat 5, 10,000 calories. It didn't matter. I could eat whatever I wanted all the time, ice cream every night, big cookie dough and all that shit. And I was always thin. And then it stopped and you get lazy
Yep.
and you start to get, and then you have to work at it. Just always work at it. Always,
Yep.
always, always work at it because it will get harder, but it's always valuable. Even if you're in a relationship, especially I would say if you're in a relationship, you want her to look at at you and go, damn. Like you want her to go, hey, you look good today. Like,
Yep.
holy shit. And that's a great thing. First of all, it'll boost the fuck out of your self-esteem. But second of all, that's less likely that she's looking elsewhere
Right.
because when you look at her and go, "Damn, you look good, girl," you're not looking elsewhere either. Like it's such a, again,
Right.
apply the same logic that you use on your partner to them and how they look at you. Because I was going to talk to you about this earlier, but I guess it's appropriate now. We change. We're very different people. And so your personality, whatever it was when you met, is not going to save your relationship. It
Right.
will not, because it will be very different. I mean, hell, both of us have been through massive transitions in our life. Like
Oh yeah.
I went from being like poor bank teller to banker to brokerage guy to lawyer to social media person by some weird fucking still weird to me to say it.
Yeah, right.
Um,
I'm
all
an
of those,
influencer.
yeah. Do you know who I am? You know who I am? But no, it's this thing, and like, so you take out the influencer part of it and just go, I went from being beholden to people for jobs and having steady income to being high risk but high
High
reward
reward. Yeah.
and making my own way. That's a very different person than my wife married.
Yep. But at your at the core of you, you still have the same values. The
Yeah.
values, if you do not value monogamy or you don't value um, her personality, only her physicality, or she doesn't, value you as a person, only your money. Everything will probably change at some point, whether it's the money or your situation, but if you value each other's core or who you are as like your morals and your values and your direction in life, generally speaking, you probably got a pretty decent shot of being with somebody for a long time. And I think more than a great set of tits or perfect face or any of that, if you find somebody that has the same values as you do, that's probably going to be your best bet of having a good relationship.
Yeah.
When
Well,
when I started out, I again, things were way easier in the 1990s, but I'd go to the bars or the clubs, and I'm comfortable talking to people, so I could make people laugh, and I could and I'd make sure to surround myself with friends, both male and female. So when you're in the center of 5 or 6 people and everybody's laughing, not at you, but with you, and you're making people laugh and you seem interesting, and other people pay attention to that. And that's a sign of value. So back then you could have that and have a decent body from working out and not being fat, and you could be relatively successful with women. Today the game has changed so much because of these dating apps that 1,000 women can keep trying to get with the same 100 guys, and you've got to make sure that if you're just casual, you got to be something's got to set you in that group. And the easiest thing I can think of, if you're not born looking like a model, is hitting the
like
gym and
me,
having,
let's be honest.
hey,
I'm
I
kidding.
mean,
I'm joking.
you
No.
grew the beard to hide your beautiful face. I shave my beard to show my beautiful face. But
No, beards and muscles
yep,
are the men's version of makeup and Spanx.
that's it. That's it. And so you can work out, and if you're just not fat, you're in the top 30% of men. If you actually show muscle through a shirt, you're probably in the top 5% of men. And right now, women are kind of hoeing around. So if you look good, even if just muscles, you'll at least be able to at least talk to them and maybe have fair shot at sleeping with them. And then if it's more important to find a girlfriend, find somebody with the same values. That's the core values.
Yeah.
You
got to get your way to the conversation.
Yep.
Right. Like that's the trick. That's what I got from your video about the 7 different women that because people you were kind of alluding to this. People watch your videos and they think you're shitting on women. You're not. You're trying to tell guys like how to understand them.
And the other important thing I'm trying to tell women is secure the relationship before you secure the bedroom. Like if a girl wants to date that 10 and she's a 7, if she goes on 2-3 dates and says, I will only sleep with a boyfriend, I'm looking for a long-term committed relationship, and he says, okay, that make him prove it a little bit, because there are players out there that'll lie. And you know what? 99% of the time, the guy's going to find someone else to go screw with because he just wants an easy lay. I mean, the woman doesn't get a body count. She doesn't get her heart broken. She still has the ability to, pair bond and fall in love and find somebody special. She doesn't get used. But these women are throwing themselves at these guys like, I'll just be the best he's ever had in bed and he'll stay with me. And the guy's like, thank you. Out he goes.
Yeah. Remember that guys will fuck a starfish 10 nights out of 10. Like, we'll go, God, I wish he liked that more, or was into it more or whatever. But I mean, at the same time, like, I'm done. I'm okay.
Well, all a woman has to do is ask herself, am I better than his hand? If her answer is yes, he will sleep with you rather than jerking off.
It's not that hard.
That's it. And women
it's like, I don't like lotion.
That's it.